Once upon a time, there was a mall haunted by lonely ghosts. It wasn't a particularly special mall, so it was merely abandoned when too many people had moved away. What was left was a few dilapidated shop fronts and leftover merchandise that had been discarded on the floor, items that no one thought was worth taking. The ghosts, to their credit, didn't mind as they floated from one area to the next, a bit restless. They had hoped that someone would visit the mall eventually. Perhaps some curious teens, maybe a ghost hunting squad, or even just a lone cowboy. But alas, no one visited. Why? Well, the mall had flooded over the years from storms, and overgrown ivy hung around the inside where water dripped from open holes in the ceiling. Where there was once a parking area was now a lake, so it wasn't the best place for visitors. Even though the ghosts loved the mall, they desperately needed visitors to solve their problems. They had unfinished business, of course. True, it had been forgotten over the years, but there were still bits and pieces of information that could lead to something. Some of the ghosts had given up completely, resigning themselves to a life of wandering. All except one ghost, who still had a bit of spark in him. One day, this ghost noticed a shadow out of the corner of his eye coming towards the mall. His undead heart leaped in a spectral form, a visitor. He shouted to his other ghost compatriots to hide. They had planned this for too many years, and the moment was finally here. As the shadow entered the side exit of the mall, light that poured from the ceiling illuminated the visitor. It was a jackalope holding a map with downcast eyes that looked sad and lost. As the jackalope sat on the hood of a rusted car, the ghost approached tentatively. "Hello? Are you okay?" he spoke, trying to gauge the jackalope's expression. At this, the jackalope jumped in surprise and looked wide-eyed at the ghost. "Are you a ghost? Is this real?" She looked around herself suspiciously and realized that there were ghosts everywhere, peering out from behind mannequins and sale signs. Feeling a bit frightened, she looked up at the first ghost. "What do you want?" she asked, her chin wobbling a bit. It had been a long day for her. She had started on a journey to find her brother and had gotten lost so many times she ended up really lost. The kind of lost in which you aren't even sure which country you're in. Frustrated tears were threatening to fall, and her left leg was nervously shaking. The ghost frantically moved his spectral arms. Don't cry. We can help. Right? Right?" He pointedly looked behind the car she was sitting on top of. A shy frog came out slowly, trying not to startle the upset jackalope. The frog pointed to the map, and the jackalope leaned down so that the frog could see. Energetic eyes darted back and forth on the map, and the frog put a damped webbed toe on a junction near a lake. "Yes, we can help. This is the nearest town." The jackalope sighed. "I'm not sure where to go from there. I'm so bad at directions." The first ghost put a hand on the jackalope's shoulder. "Where are you going?" "I'm on a journey to find my brother. He left to go handle some business with the mermaids, and he hasn't come back in a while. I'm worried about him." The smaller ghost came forward tentatively. "We can guide you to the mermaids if you help us." This ghost was worried that the jackalope would forget about them once they led her to the town or to the mermaids. What do you need?" The jackalope looked warily at the ghost. She wouldn't agree to just anything, but she was lost. "Well, we would like to make a contract with you, Miss Jackalope. If you help us finish our unfinished business, we will help you find your brother." She thought for a bit and then nodded. After she agreed, the frog seemed to want to say more, stepping from side to side in one place. "We will keep you safe on your journey. But how about lunch first?" The frog had pointed out that town specifically because there was a quality sandwich shop right there. A very good sandwich shop that served the most mouth-watering meats and cheeses in between two slices of fresh-baked crackly bread. It had been so long the frog's mouth was watering. The jackalope laughed in amusement. "Lunch sounds great. Lead the way?" As she walked out the mall, the many ghosts and one lone frog followed, ready to eat some good food and start on an epic journey. And a special thanks to Anna Gaylord, Arage, Derek Moore, Egg Lay, Jessica, Laura Moon, Megan Stinson, and Paige Sullivan.